She was a remarkable woman. What I hear in that is that even in this world-mastering diva, there is always the insecure artist inside. And it's interesting. She went up against herself and was beaten by her own recording.
But only by herself.
One of the things I agree with in what she said is about being the best in Cleopatra. I guess she had the clout at New York City Opera to take a third act aria and put it in the first act because she knew it would be a sensation. It was Piangero, and she's supposed to be mourning the loss of all her hopes in the third act. Instead, she presents it to Caesar as how unhappy she is. And it's a killer aria. It's a classic da capo where she ornaments like no one else. It is still the best version of that aria. And unfortunately, if you find it on YouTube, as everybody now does, you see a kind of stiff costuming, and it's not the kind of funky, oddball Julius Caesars you now see.
She said that I could have had a much longer career if I had saved myself, if I had paced myself. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But she said I couldn't do that, or I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give everything at all times. And I knew that that was going to be damaging, and that's why I wanted to step down and why she stopped singing when people said, why are you stopping now? You're still great. But she knew that she did not want to be declining.
What was really interesting was in the same interview she says, and this was interesting, she says that still she wouldn't have missed performing, but she missed singing. In other words, like the idea that just singing and studying still absolutely mesmerized her. You know, because we think of her as the performer, you know, the essence of performer, and that we would think that she would live on the stage and that was what she would miss. But she said what she missed was studying and singing, and that she would have been happy to skip the performing as long as she were doing music. Now, whether that's true or not, we don't know.
I've heard that from other opera singers too.
Yeah, but it was the studying and the singing that actually was what she missed the most.
Yeah, for whom the depth of the music is really what grabs their heart, and the performing is, well, you sort of have to do that if you're going to be an opera singer.
Yeah, but you don't think of her that way.
Right.
But yes.
That's true.